emergency. We lost many animals.
We have never seen such a death. Even in 2011, 2005, we have never experienced such a high number of livestock dying en masse. And the pastoralists have lost a lot. Their livelihood is now threatened. Some of them will become dropouts from pastoral livelihoods, will come around the urban areas and start to look for cash work. I think we will have a lot of pastoral dropouts.
If the situation continues like this, I'm sure it will be a catastrophe. We might lose lives, not livestock lives this time, but I fear for even human life, because the situation is really, really bad. Over 90% of the population depend on earth dams for their water, but over 95% of our earth dams are dry. Currently, over 95% of our population are dependent on boreholes. And these boreholes also, with a drought like this, normally the water level tends to go down. So we are left with a few strategic boreholes where the entire population tend to crowd around.
The current drought has made it difficult for mothers to get proper food, which they can eat, and in turn provide nutrients to their babies in the form of milk. This little boy is not alone. He is one of 5 children who are severely malnourished. The other 41 are acutely malnourished, and the condition is getting worse.
One of the infectious diseases, number 1, is upper respiratory infections, then followed by diarrhea because they're drinking dirty water that is not treated, from the riverbed. Also, there is a lot of eye sickness because there are flies all over that are going into their eyes.
Mothers have been forced to rise early in the morning to go and fetch water to cover a distance of about 20 kilometers every day with their donkeys. And if you look at actually what has been happening, many a times, there are times even the school feeding program cannot run as usual, because at times they feel it's difficult for them even to get this water, because first of all they need to start with what they need at the household level.
It has been said that decades ago Kenya experienced drought once every 10 years, but lately that has changed, and every 2 to 3 years several parts of the country are experiencing drought.
There are 23 counties going through this most difficult time of their lives, and they have lost hope. And the hope we can bring to them is to provide emergency funding to be able to provide food for them at this moment in time.
At the moment, close to 277,000 people in Turkana are in dire need of food and water. 1 in every 10 people here is actually facing starvation.
There are cases of people hanging themselves, abandoning homes, children leaving school. Most of them will not go back once the school opens because there is no animal to sell for them so that they can go back. So the condition is there.
The weather experts are also painting a very gloomy picture ahead. The long-awaited long rainy season will not be sufficient. So the numbers of people affected by drought nationally are projected to reach 4 million, up from 2.7 million.
So our appeal is, let's focus on climate change. But in this particular instance, we are appealing to the humanitarian community, and various donor community, and even Kenyans, loving Kenyans, to donate to this worthy cause.